Hello students, how are you all? Hope you all are fine and healthy. Students, today we are going to start chapter number 3. Our topic name is the Indian Constitution. We are going to study in this chapter about the Constitution of India. But before I start the topic, I want to ask you all few questions. And that questions are, do you know the game of cricket? And if not, you must have heard about it, right? And next question is, do you know different rules of cricket games? Well, many of you might be knowing about its rules like run out, leg before the wicket, that is LBW, no ball, DRS rules, Duckworth and Lewis rules, which is applied when rain interrupts between the match, etc. Students, like cricket, even games like kabaddi, football, hockey, basketball, etc. have their own set of rules. Students, you all must be wondering that why am I discussing about various games and their rules, right? It is because if a game has so many rules, then to run the administration of a populous nation like India, we surely required well-framed rules. Right, students? Well, these well-framed rules are written in the Constitution. So, the question now is, what is Constitution? Students, its definition is a systematic compilation of a set of rules to run a government of a country is known as Constitution. Here, the word compilation means collection. So, if I am repeating again the definition, it is like this: a systematic collection of a set of rules to run a government of a country is known as Constitution. Students, our Constitution starts with preamble. Now, what is preamble? Well, it is the introductory part of a statute or deed stating its purpose, aims, and justification. Students, here the word statute means what? It means a written law. So, if now I am again repeating this definition, it is like, it says, it is the introductory part of a written law or deeds stating its purpose, aims, and justification. Students, now let us talk more about Constitution. The Constitution of India is the statement of national goals and aims such as democracy, socialism, secularism, national unity, etc. Students, about democracy and secularism we are going to study in detail in next videos. Here, let me explain you about the word socialism. It is a political or economical theory of social organization which advocates that the means of production, distribution, and exchange should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole. Which advocates means which teaches us that or which tells us that the means of production, whatever the production, the distribution, and the exchange should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole. Hope you are understanding the meaning of socialism. Now, the question is, how was the Constitution of India formed? Well, to frame the Constitution, the Constituent Assembly was established. The Constituent Assembly was formed of many famous and reputed scholars and leaders. Their political vision and foresight was incorporated in the Constitution. Again here the two words, that is political vision and foresight. What does it mean? It means the ability of the leaders to think about or plan the future with imagination or awareness, and also the ability to predict what will happen or be needed in the future. That was all what will be needed, awareness, their prediction, all these were included, were framed in the Constitution. Students, leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Shyama Prasad Mukherjee, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Frank Antony, etc., provided their guidance. Frank Antony represented the Anglo-Indian community and H.P. Modi represented the Parsi community. Students, the committee also had various constitution scholars like Aladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, K.M. Munshi, etc. Also, there were female members like Mrs. Sarojini Naidu and Mrs. Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit. Now, moving to the next topic. The Constituent Assembly was framed, and in that Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the President of the Constituent Assembly, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of the drafting committee. There were a number of subcommittees to take care of various aspects of the Constitution. Students, the Constituent Assembly, which was formed by these famous leaders, they started working from 9th December 1946. That means the Constitution, the work of framing the Constitution was started from 9th December 1946. And it took 166 meetings in 2 years and 11 months and 18 days to complete the work of writing this Constitution. And on 26th November 1949, the committee passed the Constitution, which came into existence, or we can say which came into enforced on 26th January 1950. Well, this is all for today's lecture, students. In this lecture, we have studied how is the Constitution framed, how much time it took, to frame, how much time it took by the Constituent Assembly to frame the Constitution, when it was implemented, when they started to frame the Constitution, how much time they took to frame the Constitution. This all you have studied in this lecture. Please go through it 2-3 times, because there are many questions related to this topic which comes in your examination. Well, this was all for today's lecture. Hope you have understood this lecture. If not, please go through it once more. We will meet with the next part of this lecture. Till then, take care of yourself, stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.